Alright, I am very dirty right now because I just got home from work. I'm going to go shower up right quick and then we're going to see what's in this box behind me. As you can see, a little spoiler right here, it says Corsa Performance on it. Whatever could I have gotten from Corsa Performance this time? Well, we will find out right after this short. Alright, look at that. I'm actually already showered now. Good. Like magic. But yeah, it's another box from Corsa Performance. Dodge Chrysler 5.7 liter. Now it says 11 to 14, but the fitment should be fine because the place where it's going has not really changed from one style of Challenger to the next over the years. So yeah, it should be quite fine for 2016 as well. But I guess we'll see. And if I run into any trouble, then I guess we'll just have this sitting here. Also, why am I in a closet doing this? Because the other end of the house is in a complete just disarray right now because we are having some remodeling done because of a little water damage. So I feel like this is pretty much the best available place right now. So what is in the Corsa Performance box? Let's see what we got here. Do this with my hands. Yeah. Like, this is some sensual stuff. Oh yeah, get them hands. So, in the box, what we have is some paper and some bubble packing stuff. Boy, this is just a really noisy fucking vlog right now, isn't it? Some preview what we're getting into here. Oh yeah, pipe. So you're saying, what do we get? Mario? We got Mario to drive my car. And this is Mario Kart. Nope. Oh, let me put this thing down here. A brand new cold air intake from Corsa Performance. Got some more stuff right here, like the bottom scoop that goes on the bottom end here. Maybe not necessarily exactly like that, but it goes on the bottom. Bottom scoop, bigger than I thought it was. And then of course all the other tubes and hardware and shit that I'm going to need. And then of course instructions that I certainly don't need. Look at this though. They also gave me a Corsa Performance exhaust sticker. So if I should choose, I can now put Corsa as a sticker on my car and I can advertise them, I guess. But yeah, next we will put this lovely little thing in the car and see what differences it makes. We'll have some comparisons. It's gonna be a great video, fantastic video. So yeah. Now first, before I start off with what I'm doing here, I know you're saying, but what were you saying about it not being a horsepower adder? You know, an air, cold air intake does add some power. Well, you're not wrong. You are absolutely right. And I guess I lied. And I am adding power adder part next. But what happened with that was I had something else originally in mind, but then I decided, you know what, screw it. The better order would be to do the airbox first because that gets the stock airbox parts that would otherwise be in the way out of the way. So for my next part that I wanted to do before this one, and I know I wanted to dyno it with just the exhaust to see how much, if any, power was added to it, but I've just decided, you know what, screw it. Just for the sake of actually getting underway with doing something with the car and modding it, that just won't happen. That right there is what I need to loosen up and take off first. And the reason I have a screwdriver. But the reason that you want to unplug the battery is so that it will reset the mass airflow data and won't trip any CL codes. That is the direct statement from the instructions. Yes, I'm one of these guys that actually somewhat kind of read the instructions. You can call it perusing the instructions, but that's the first step, is to unplug that. All I'm going to do on this very cold night after work, once again, yes, I had some work on Saturday, but I left a little bit early. Yes, it is early, believe it or not. It's only about 7 o'clock, I believe, still, maybe 7:30 at the latest, and it is already dark because, well, wintertime, great. Well, not wintertime, but basically wintertime. There we go. Lights out. Alright. Okay, so this bad boy right here, it looks like a fucking, like, gun. At least this part does. It looks like the buttstock of a gun to me. That whole thing right there is what needs to come out. So that way, the other big bad boy can take its place. Right here is your mass airflow sensor. And there's like the gray part right up here. That's what you want. You just kind of squeeze down on the back end and you pull it and it should unplug. That's what you want to do at first. Set that to a side where you will, you know, be able to see it easily. But be very careful with this. Do not break, because there is the actual sensor itself, like right in here. And that's what you're going to want to unplug later. From this to put into the other airbox. So you're obviously keeping a hold of everything for now. Loosen up all these clamps and stuff. It says to use an 8mm socket, but honestly, you can just use a screwdriver to loosen that shit up. I thought I needed these, and I might still need them at some point, I don't know, but it'll be a whole hell of a lot easier without that airbox in the way. And this is for anyone that has like a 2016, at least I know for a fact it's on 2016s, and I'm pretty sure it would be newer. The airbox here, after you get the hose loosened up and all that, all you got to do, you see this bracket. See this bracket back here, and I thought I needed to get that nut off because there's like a, you know, it's joined right here on top of it. I was wrong. All you got to do is you got to reach your hand back here, get a nice little grip on it, right, and pull that sucker right. Oh, pull that sucker right up, and it comes right out of this little socket. You place that out of your way, and right there, boom, you got a nice wide open to the air throttle body with nothing in its way. That's what opens up. That's what opens up as you know, press down the gas to let air in to the chamber for combustion alongside the fuel. But yeah, you want to keep your airbox hose unplugged from the airbox. Ah, there we go. So now we got that hose off. Just know that that shit is on there tighter than a Gorilla Grip before. And this should just slide right off of the bracket. And boom, there's your stock. There's your big old stock. Well, so all that I have left to do is get rid of this little bracket, which I don't really think I'm gonna bother with showing on camera. I'm just gonna get rid of this little bracket. And I should be set up for tomorrow, which should be happening right about now. So that's pretty magical how all that works. Like, you just have daylight, daytime, and all that shit. The light's even turned off though, so that's kind of a drawback of the magic. And the reason that I'm turning on these lamps, okay, that's a little bright, I'm sorry for blinding you guys. The reason I'm turning this on is not so my beautiful face is so much more perfectly good. That's not it. I'm actually turning these lights on because they get really fucking hot. And it's freezing cold out here still, so that's basically my heat source for the day. A little extra lighting never hurts either though. So, yeah, that little guy right there. You want to be careful with it, the MAF sensor. That's the one you don't want to break. It was in there stubbornly in the old box, I mean, of course. It was in there very stubbornly. I had to carefully take like a small, like eyeglass repair sort of size screwdriver thing, get it up under this little clip, get it in there and gently pry it under there, and then kind of wiggle and pull very, very lightly with my other hand, my free hand. It was kind of like picking a lock or something. With I'd imagine feel like a lot of jimmying. Anyway, got it out, good to go, nothing broken as far as I can tell. Anyway. So now it needs to go from that hole into this hole. So it's hard to get it out of a hole, but it should be easy to put it in one. Too many innuendos. I'm gonna stop. Let me see this. Come on. Yeah, there you go. Nice little bit of twisting. And I'm gonna try to just get it in all the. Oh no! No, the fucking clip snapped off. Okay. Since it smells okay, then all is good. But I was really hoping that I wouldn't end up fucking up any bit of it. That's okay. As long as, again, the sensor itself is okay, that's what matters here. Just know that's not supposed to happen. But these things happen. It's real life. I'm not a pro, and things kind of tilt for me luck-wise. But if the sensor is fucked up, then I'll end up getting a new sensor. That's another fucking chapter. Alright, so a couple things that I did. Is I installed this bracket. I'm going to use a washer. It doesn't explicitly say to use that or any washer at all, but if I'm short washers at the end of the project, I can find some around here at the house. I'm sure I have some. If I don't, I'll just go to local hardware store. No problem. So I decided to install it down with one of those, and I left it loose for now because it says to leave it loose because you might need to adjust it inside of the engine bay once it's time for that, you know, adjust the height where it's at and all. I also put the 3x3 short sleeve. You really can't screw these up because there's only one sleeve
that size, that will fit over that tube area, and then there's the clamp number right there. I know it's hard or impossible to see, like you should be able to see that. It's like right there, little 2-digit number, and that's your clamp. That's the clamp you're wanting, you know, for that tab. Anyway, you can't screw it up because it's just like I say, one of a kind for the sleeve, and then of course the number is on the clamp itself. On these cars, the windows, they go down a little bit when you open the door. So that way when you close them, you don't end up with this kind of shit happening, and you end up breaking your window. I probably really shouldn't have even showed that, but just beware that you shouldn't go slamming your doors when you don't have any power going through your Challengers. Just call it a PSA, I guess. Alright, over to the GoPro now because the big camera died. But what I was trying to say was I did a lot of things to try and get this even rudimentally working. Really what I did ultimately that sort of worked is I just went ahead and slid it over here first and then kind of tucked it up onto the throttle body, tightening everything down as I went. Yeah. But yeah, the fitment doesn't feel exactly perfect on the bottom side of the hose right here. So I'm gonna, you know, after I get everything connected, I'm gonna give it a few cycles, and we'll see what happens with a few heat cycles and stuff. This might I might need to loosen it up a little bit. Actually, that could be the solution. Yeah, just wish me the best of luck with this. And we'll see what happens. I'm going to take a minute here to talk about the new airbox that I'm putting in my car here. Of course, yes, it's, of course, like my exhaust system is. And I chose it for the simple reason it seems to have the most maximal airflow capabilities. Like, I'm not going to do it today, but I'll do it in the future. But there's this nice little, like, lower snorkel that's supposed to go on the bottom of the airbox, as well, and it kind of like hangs down there somewhere on the other side. But as you can see, there's a lot of work that would need to be done. Like, I need to remove this whole skid plate and everything. It's a whole ordeal with that. I don't really have what I need to get that done here right now, nor do I really feel like going through that, and it functions just fine without. Ruining my vlog! You're ruining it! Well, he is. Alright. Now, as I was saying, this snorkel right here, the cold air intake functions just fine without it, so there's really no worries there. It's not like it's a necessary part. I can wait till a later date to do that. And I'm not really losing any functionality, though I kind of feel like I sort of am. But the point I'm trying to get to is this has this lower area as well as the front portion of it. As you can see with my model here, I have the hole through the headlight, so it's ramming cold air or whatever air right through the front here as it is. That's going directly to the filter. Right to the filter through the headlight. So it's getting air crammed into it from that angle, and then it would be from the underside as well. So that's two different sources of cooler air. And this is a closed box design, so it limits the amount of warm air coming in from the engine bay and getting into it as well. So I feel really good about this choice. Now, that said, the stock air box is like 6 and some change in weight. And this Mother Hubbard is damn near twice that weight. It is like, I'm just gonna like, I did weigh it, but the weights kind of were all over the place, and this was the weight with the snorkel included as well. It was like, I think 10.5 pounds or some crazy amount like that. Now that might be the half pound or so. So what to do in case your Challenger does not have power and your trunk is closed and locked. You would come in and you will get your little strap and you pull down your seat. Yes, I have a lot of junk in here. From mostly work and work related stuff. There's your emergency latch. You pull that and sweet daylight is all yours. Now, that said, I really need to clean my trunk out. You want to tighten this down nice and snug. Make sure your contact is nice and secure. Well, that's not good at all, now is it? With my latch is failing. Well, let's just see. Doesn't appear we, as of yet, still have power. I might have killed the battery. Oh. Alright, well, that's the initial startup, I guess. That's your first startup. I'm just checking as a precaution. But everything looks good. There's nothing sparking, nothing smoking, nothing seems to be caught on fire or unnecessarily lit. And by lit, I don't mean lit fam, I mean lit the flame. And why is my trunk not wanting to close properly? Ah, there we go. The latch wasn't, I need to push the latch back in. But yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, you can definitely hear that intake a lot more than you could the stock one. Look, I'll set you right here, guys, and you can hear that gush of air. There's definitely more air going into that manifold now. And let's see, beautiful thing here is there a check engine light. There you go, guys. Plug and play. No fucking check engine light. You just follow your instructions, you unplug the thing and all that, and it looks like, at least I can speak for the 2016 model RT, there's no check engine light. So unless that happens somewhere down the road, it looks like we're all good. No codes have been thrown. Everything's nice and installed and reset and should be working the proper way. Don't know if you can hear me too well over all this racket and noise, but that's the install, guys. That's the install, the startup, and a little explanation of it. I probably missed something. I'll probably be editing and see, oh yeah, I forgot to say this, which I'll probably try to talk about in another video. But hey, if you like the video, subscribe to see more of my stuff, turn on the notifications, and all of my social media is linked in the description below, like it always is. Follow me on those, and that's all good ways of getting water dripping on my head, notifications when I go live with brand new videos. So I will see you all in the passenger seat next ride.